at similarity transformations. So a similarity transformation is a combination of a dilation and one other of the transformations that we had back in chapter 4. So we had reflections. The flip was a reflection. We had rotations. We had turns, which were rotation. And we had slides, which were translations. So that's what we're going to work with today. We're going to work with dilations and combinations with reflections, rotations, and translations. Okay? On this first one, okay, we start with C here. And it says to dilate it at 0.5. So that says make it half the size and go towards the origin, making it half the size. So instead of being at 0.10, we're at 0.5. Instead of being at 2.4, we're at 1.2. Instead of being at negative 2.8, we're at negative 1.4. Okay? And it's half the size. Okay? Then it says reflect across line M. Line M is a line x equals negative 3, which is a vertical line there. So if we reflect across it, C prime is 3 away, so C double prime will be 3 away. If this is 2 away, it's 2 away. If this is 4 away, it's 4 away. That's how you do a reflection, okay? So it's a combination of a dilation and reflection here, which is a similarity transformation. So we're going to do a similarity transformation right here, okay? Now, to do a similarity transformation, especially with a rotation, it's good to write down your ordered pairs. Where is A at? Negative 6, 4. B is at 3 and 5. And C is at 2, 1. Okay, it says R90. Little r means rotate it 90 degrees. So we're going to turn it this way. So A is going to come down here, B is going to go over here somewhere, C is going to go over here somewhere. Okay? So when we rotate 90 degrees, originally we went back 6 this way, up 4 this way. If we rotate this arrow down 90 degrees this way, we're going to go down first and then over. Down 6 and then over 4. So A prime will be at negative 4, negative 6. Because an x value of this point down here is negative 4, and the y value is negative 6. B, originally it was over this way 3, up this way 5. So if you rotate this arrow this way, it's going to be 3 this way, 5 this way. Okay? So it's going to be at negative 5, 3. And C, originally it was here and then here. So we're going to go here and then here. Okay? Turn it from here to there. So C prime will be at negative 1, 2. Okay? So that's just turning it. Then we're going to dilate it by a scale factor of 2. So what do we do to all, what do we do to all of these numbers? Multiply by 2. So your final answer, you just multiply everything by 2. So it's negative 8, negative 12, negative 10, 6, and negative 2, 4. And that's your final answer. Okay? We rotated it, then we dilated it. Up here, we dilated it, then reflected it. You always do work from, when you have a composition of transformations, you work from right to left. Work from right to left. Do this one first, then that one. Okay? Now, can you come up with the transformation that made this into this? Okay? Does it look like a reflection, rotation, or translation? Looks like a rotation to me. Yep, looks like it rotated like this. So let me redraw this with a rotation down here. So x is at 2, 1, so I'm going to go -2, -1. Z is at 4, 1, so I'm going to go -4, -1. Y is at 1, 4, so I got to go -1, -4. Okay? So that looks like it's the same shape. Now we got to make it the same size. Okay? So this was X, this was Z, and this was Y. All right. So X was at -1, -2. And I want to go negative or -2, -1. I want to go to -4, -2. How much further away from the origin is -4, -2 than -2, -1? Twice as far, right? You have to multiply by 2. So you're going to dilate it by 2, because if we go back 4 down 1, that's the same as going back 8 down 2 if you dilate it by 2. Okay, so we're going to dilate everything by 2. And then before that, we rotated how much? How many degrees? 180 degrees. That's the composition of transformations we just did to go from there to there. So, vocab sheet. Let's get it out. We got one last vocab word, and this vocab will be on the quiz. I can pretty much guarantee you this vocab will be on the quiz. So, make sure that you write this down. A similarity transformation is a composition of one or more rigid motions and a dilation. It's a composition of one or more rigid motions and a dilation. So on Friday's quiz, tomorrow's quiz, I would bet, what? You will take the quiz tomorrow, CJ, if you're here.
That wasn't what I was talking about.
Okay. This will be a question on the quiz. Yes. Just the first sentence is good enough. You do not have to do both sentences. Just the first one is good enough. Nope, just this. This is going to be one of your quiz questions. And then at the end of the chapter, I'll throw you a vocab quiz. Okay, but just this definition will be one of your questions on the quiz. Hey, what?
Can you write the rotation thingy on the board again?
The rotation 90 degrees does that to that and that. Yeah, I can do that today. Okay. Yeah, you need to be organized, CJ, so you can find it right away, so we don't all have to wait on you. So just write the first sentence, CJ. Don't talk back. Just write the first sentence there, please. Yes. When do we leave? It's okay. 55 minutes after you got here, so in like 10 minutes. Yeah. No, not 10 minutes. It's at 5 after, not 5 to. So we got about 20 minutes, yeah. Okay, and yes, we have an assignment. And speaking of assignments, you people need to get your assignments done all the way. So if you don't get them done in class, do them in study hall. If you don't know how to do them in study hall, come see me and I'll help you get them done. But we need to get our assignments done. Okay, because I don't want to see all your pretty faces next year in here again. Okay, I would rather have you move on to Algebra 2 next year or transition algebra. Okay, an artist has a sketch that's 11 inches by 14 inches. She wants to it to cover an entire wall that's 15 by 20. Will it fit perfectly on the 15 by 20 wall if it's 11 by 14 now? Okay, and this is kind of like that mural problem we had the other day. Okay, so what we can do is set up a proportion. Is 15 over 20 the same as 11 over 14? And the answer is no. Because 20 times 11 is 220. 15 times 14 is 210. They are not equal. So if they're not equal, her sketch can't fit perfectly on there. She'll have to downsize one of the sides. Okay? All right. An art museum sells prints of a famous painting. The original painting was 120 centimeters wide, over 85 centimeters tall. If the print is 50 centimeters wide, how tall is it? Okay. Again, we do a proportion. Okay. You could cross multiply, or simply you could take this times this divided by this. Okay. 85 times 50. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. It's like 4,250, and divide it by 120, and that doesn't work out to be a very nice looking number. But what is it? 35 point what? Exactly 4? It's like 4167. Okay. So it's kind of an ugly number, but it's all right. Okay. So you might have to do a little bit with proportions today. Okay, similarity transformations. A similarity transformation is a composition of one or more rigid motions, a translation, rotation, or reflection, and a dilation. Okay? So you can map similarity transformations onto one another by dilating and so on. This is something that we didn't talk about yet, but it's important today. All circles are similar to each other because they're just a dilation and a translation. You just dilate them to the same size and move them on top of each other, and yeah. So no matter what the size of the circle is, they're always, always, always similar. Circles are always similar to each other. Okay? So that is it for today. I will throw an assignment out at you. Please get it done by tomorrow. Those of you who didn't get the last assignment done, please get it done. And I expect 100% on assignments. So if you get one wrong, what button do you push? Similar exercise. And then you get it right. Okay? Please get 100% on your assignments because you're not going to get 100% on all your quizzes and all your tests. Okay? So the assignments are ways to get your grades up. So make sure you do that.